we have ran into yet another mechanical problem. Basically, that means this Mini is down. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to the Bear Claw YouTube channel. It is another gorgeous fall day here in the Rocky Mountains. Look at this. Sun shining. It's a nice crisp morning. All the aspens are, all the leaves are starting to turn color. Look how beautiful that looks. What a gorgeous time to be in the Rocky Mountains. Well, we're on a new job site this week. Currently, right now, what I'm doing is I'm gonna walk over to the area that we're gonna be working and kind of scope it out a little bit and see what exactly it is that we need to do this morning. So I'm gonna have to follow my Onyx Hunt, sponsor Bear Claw Land Services. We use their product every day, and it's amazing. And I believe that's construction zone. Just taking a nice little stroll this morning. Beautiful morning. This is where we cannot bring any of our equipment through this trail, obviously. We're gonna have to navigate somewhere through all this. Disturbing, probably have to make a path with the Mini, moving all that dead stuff. And all this area here. We're not touching any of this. This is all staying. We have a work zone that is highlighted in red in our Onyx app. And that is going to be our work zone. Right where I'm standing is where we kind of start. So kind of in this opening here. It goes out a ways right there. I should really get some stakes, some little flags, and I can put them down. Mark out the area. So what we're doing on this job is any standing dead we're taking down. So as you can see, there's a decent amount of standing dead here. And then all of this lay down, all of this is going to disappear. And we're going to try not to disturb their trail too much. One thing that we do have is we should have a barbed wire fence. Come through here, pick all of this. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of picking here. This is gonna take a little bit of work here. A lot of chipping today. A lot of chipping. A lot of Mini work. So I'm just gonna have to pay close attention to my Onyx since I don't have anything really to distinguish. I'm literally just gonna come through and pick through all of this and stack it. I'm gonna bunk all of this stuff, and once everything's stacked, cleaned up, and bunked into hand feed piles and into machine feed pile, then I'll start the chipper up. We got a lot of trees to cut. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of chainsaw work right away this morning. Like I said, we've got all this. This is definitely gonna need to be feconned. It's not rocky in here, so feconning should be pretty simple. It's gonna make it look nice. So this big opening right here is going to be my cutoff, so I'm gonna use that just pole right there as a marker. I know that when I get to these tall, bigger guys, this is where I'm kind of stopping. I'm gonna move that away a little bit. My job now at this point is to figure out how to get the equipment in here without damaging anything else, because we can't take that trail through. So I'm gonna kind of stomp around here for a little bit and just kind of figure that out. I'll be back momentarily once I kind of got a plan together. Keep her tuned. All right, well, I figured it out. We got ourselves a nice entry point into the job site now. Kind of over in this area, right there. There's a nice path going all the way through to the job site. Another thing I got to do is just move a couple of logs around with the Mini this morning, so that way we can get the chipper, Mini, and all the equipment through. I'm gonna be in the Mini probably all day long. There's so much to bunk and move around in there, so it's gonna be a lot of seat time. So I'm gonna go back the truck and we're going to fill up the chipper with fuel. I'm gonna get everything situated and we're gonna start moving. Alright, so there's a lot of stuff to move, so I'm just going to leave the chipper where it's at and then just kind of worry about stacking and bunking. I'll just come back and get it when I'm ready for it. There's a lot to do here, so I'm going to leave the chipper behind, moving it forward. So I went back to the truck, got a little bit of duct tape. Unfortunately, this is how we're holding on our diesel cap. Piece of duct tape got smashed, and I had to order another one, so it won't be here for a bit. So that's our solution right now. But I think this is going pretty well so far. There's a lot of stuff in here to pull. My setup for inside the cab here, since I don't really have markers, is I'm using my phone. I got it mounted right there, and I've got my Onyx on the screen so I can see the outlines of the area I'm supposed to be working. So what I'm gonna do, now we got the gas cap on, I'm gonna pick up those couple of logs right there, and all this stuff right here. I'm gonna look at the line, gonna just drive straight up this opening, and I'm gonna pull all of these logs and stack them. Property line's up there, not too far. After that point, I may jump over the other side of the trail, start working my way down and get this like whole squared section done. And then I might move down that way. I don't know, we're gonna see how the day goes. It is currently 10:48, so we got plenty of time left in the day. Just gotta keep moving. Alrighty, well, it is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and progress is going a bit slow. You know, a lot of junk riddled throughout here, lots of barbed wire, which I am picking up and kind of bundling it all together. Quite unbelievable, and the amount of barbed wire in here as well. There's just a lot of barbed wire. However, I think I am getting the vast majority of it. Basically what we need to do is 30 feet on each side of this trail right here. I've been working on this side of the trail because this is more open, where that side is much more dense. We have ran into yet another mechanical problem. Nothing looks like it punctured the hose, but when I go underneath, you can see that one attachment right there. What I'm gonna have to do is I have to remove this plate right here. I'm hoping that all that happened is the fitting came loose. It's quite protected, so I have a hard time believing that anything broke it or burst it. I'll probably be doing this for the next hour at least, is my guess. Like I said, very slow going as far as today. I'm trying to make these big slash piles. It's the big stuff that's not the issue. It's all of this stuff. This stuff is so small and rotten that it takes up so much time to clean up. Where if the skid steer was here with the Fecon head, we could go through and we could Fecon the large majority of all of this. To actually be here with the skid steer. So first we're going to diagnose this issue and then move on from there. All right, all I have out in the field with me right now is this guy right here and this carriage bolt. Might just have to go get the wrench set and the socket set just to be safe. All right, well, I'm back with all the tools. It's basically as soon as I got back to the truck, can't really see it, but over that direction, there's a big rainstorm. Downpoured for around 40 minutes. So we are going to now ease off and diagnose and see what the issue is. Is that bent? Or is that how this is supposed to be? I don't think that's how it's supposed to look. Yep, that looks cracked. It's not the hose that's broken. It's this piece. Basically, that means this Mini is down. I don't know if we need to get a whole new hydraulic system for this. That's completely split open. I don't know if you can see that very well right there. Yeah, the camera can't really pick this up. It's split right there. So the piece that is attached to the piston, the piece that's welded in, snapped. If this thing can't be replaced, is there a way we can cap off that hose and then just leave the piston the way it is? Yep, no problem. I'll get to work on it. All right. So I'm gonna take this whole piston off. What I'm hoping is that we can unscrew this, get another one, thread it in, and just keep going. So I'm gonna remove this, pull this off so we can actually get at it. Because right now it's obviously kind of stuck in between these two plates. Not really easy to get a wrench in there. I mean, I could, but I want to get a good look at it. So we're gonna do that quick and see where we can go with that. So this is a plug. This is not a part of this. Like I said, I think this is pressed in and welded or something. I don't know. But this is unscrewing by itself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this hose. We're gonna take this pin out and we're gonna take this whole piece with us back to the shop. That way we can look at it. And then tomorrow, if we can get plugs for these hoses right here, because all this does is do this. I mean, it's literally just the tilt. All right, I'm going to unscrew this and we are going to load everything up and get out of here for the day. I'm gonna clean these wrenches off quick, put them in the cab, and we'll be out of here. All right, well, that's gonna end day one here on this project. We didn't get as much done as I really wanted to, or as far as I wanted to, but we are getting something done. Plug those hoses off, then we can at least still use the Mini tomorrow. But we have a lot left to do. Zach should be here tomorrow with the skid steer, so that should be okay. But yeah, I'm gonna get this back to the shop so we can take a look at it a little bit deeper in depth. All right, well, I'm gonna pack up and get out of here. I'll see you in the morning. All right, good morning, good morning. Welcome to day two. We are starting off our morning by doing a little bit more stuff to the Mini. Got a couple of plugs for those hydraulic hoses. I also have Zach with me this morning and the Fecon with the skid steer. So there's gonna be a lot of that happening today as well. Hooray, they both fit. Awesome. We're gonna tighten these up, bungee cord them down, and we're in business for the day. Sweet, all I gotta do, yeah, bungee cord these in a safe spot. And then we will take a ratchet strap and we will strap the front blade in place so it doesn't move, and we're in business, baby. Alrighty, so everything is in place. We have our hydraulic hoses bungee corded to our main boom here, nice and safe. And we have our blade ratchet strapped in place so it'll hold, so everything is nice and tight. We're ready to go. Like I said, this will go up and down, it just won't tilt anymore. So we're not going to use this for anything other than just raising it up and getting it out of the way at this point. So yeah, everything should be in working, functioning order, and we'll be able to continue on with the day. So things are going well at this point. They are going well. All right, I'm going to get back in the Mini. Let's get this day going. morning, everybody, and welcome to the third and final day on this particular small job that we got going on. Zach and I are here earlier this morning just to do a couple of touch-up things before we mobilize on to our next job. Some pretty simple stuff. All we got to do a little bit of cleanup here with the Fecon. I got to chip the rest of these logs here quick this morning, which will not take very long at all. And then we'll come through here with the Fecon again, clean the rest of this up. Next thing we have to do after that is all finished is come down and we're gonna rake all of this and try to get the trail back to its original former glory. I had to drive over the trail a little bit in order to access some areas with logs that they wanted removed. And then we'll be out of here probably around this afternoon. Josiah is supposed to be showing up with the F550 and the gooseneck trailer, so we will mobilize everything when he gets here and we are all finished and clean. We're gonna get started, finish chipping up, and we'll get a move on. Alrighty, well, the raking, the machine work is all done, and we are officially finished with this job. And overall, I think it looks pretty good. We're gonna walk the trail real quick and I'll show you guys exactly what we did, if you remember from day one when we initially walked the trail. This is the area that I started in, came in. This wasn't really a part of the job per se, but it was 30 feet in from the trail. So this is the area that I worked from basically here to those trees, pulling stuff, stacking it, and it kind of just spread out to that way just so we could make sure everything was clean. So this is just kind of a result of cleaning out the initial area. We just wanted to make this look nice as well, our disposal area of all of our trees and everything where we chipped them. So we wanted to make that look nice, of course. This is kind of the starting point right up here. What it basically did, came through with the Mini, picked everything, had to drive across the trail. Unfortunately, there was no other way of really getting at a lot of these bigger trees and junk that was on the other side of the trail that they wanted us to remove, and it was just simply too thick to drive the machine through without creating our own paths. So I also did not want really any live growth taken out of here, so that kind of gave us a little bit of a challenge. So we kind of had to pick the lesser of two evils, and that was to use the existing trail to come in and retrieve these trees that were within the 30-foot area. They were not too concerned with cleanup on the ground. They just mainly wanted the big stuff out of the way, and then a little bit of removal of some of these guys, so when they're riding, it's not going to be in the way. Did make our way down here a little bit and pick some stuff out. I tried not to. I did traverse over that. This is the initial working spot. On the other side of those trees is where we also working. Pulled out a little bit of stuff right here. Not a whole lot. This area right here really opened up. Same thing. Coming through, picking everything, cleaning it out. This is an area that I had to drive through, unfortunately, to get back into that corner right there that was just full of junk. We cleaned out this little peninsula right here as well. Zach came in and feconned all this, so it is really nice back here. We just had to drive down the trail a little bit. We did repair it, as you can see. We went through and raked everything, and I think it opens it up and makes it look much nicer than it did previously. And then this is where we ended this morning, is in this location here. This area down here we would have cleaned out completely given we had more time to do so. It does look nice. I did bring the Mini and the chipper through and pull any large trees and debris out and try to pull it away from the trail, as well as just chip them in general. You can move this little guy right there. And here is our stopping point, which is pretty close to the original stopping point on the marking that I was given on Onyx. This is the area that we would have stopped originally. And again, we didn't clean it up too much with the Fecon or anything, but I still think it looks really nice. There is barbed wire in the ground, and I did my best to remove some of that and pile it and get it out of the way. It's still pretty buried in there. I mean, it's basically just a whole fence line throughout this whole property that would have to be actually removed. We just don't have the time to do that right now. So it was just a hazard as far as the Fecon goes, is not get the Fecon head tangled up and messed up. But we did a pretty good job. We only had a couple incidences with barbed wire. Luckily, they were just short, like 3-4 foot pieces. They easily came out of the head. And we had no further issues with barbed wire on this job. But overall, I think the whole property, given the amount of time that we had to do this, looks pretty good. I think the customer should be pretty happy with what we have done out here in the past 2 days. And yeah, that's kind of it. Short, simple, sweet. That's how we do it here at Bear Claw Land Services. But yeah, anyways, Josiah's on his way, so I'm gonna go get the equipment ready to mobilize to the next job. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, remember to hit that like button and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. It means a lot to us, means a lot to me, and means a lot to Zach, Austin, Josh, Josiah, everyone here at Bear Claw Land Services. We appreciate all of you watchers, viewers, for stopping by. And we'll see you in the next one. Take care.